Welcome back, guys. We're at it again. Yes, that's right. I have changed the podcast name yet again. Third time is a charm. Talking Taboo with Tara. I'm going to be talking with people that are telling their stories that are unfiltered. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed today's podcast.
The following is an adult podcast in which we discuss how we can better achieve emotional and sexual health and make the bedroom your favorite room in your home. This is the Sexy Blunt Girls podcast. Now here's your host, Miss J.
Welcome in, guys. Today we are talking with Tammy. We brought her back again. I really like this girl. She is down to earth and full of life. We're going to talk about mental health today. Knowing that you have mental health issues and getting the help that you need, and also being aware of the triggers of your mental health, like triggers that make you, how would I say, they're triggers. Like they trigger you and they make you feel some type of way, like you're going crazy or something. I can't explain a trigger. You know what a trigger is if you've ever had one.
I have triggers all the time.
What are some of your triggers?
Oh, narcissism for sure.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's a biggie for me.
Right.
I don't like being blamed for something that I didn't do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. That and being accused of stealing. I'm not a thief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like being accused. Oh man, I have so many stories on that one. But
It's okay.
I just, whenever I get accused of something that I didn't do, and it's so bad. I mean, like it's so, like what I did was really coming from a place of innocence and purity and love and wanting to help out, right?
Right.
And they take it and make something evil out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurts me so deeply because how can you see me like that? That's not who I am. Who do you think I am? And who are you, to come up with that in the first place? So I get pretty defensive, and I am learning slowly how not to get defensive, but actually see them.
That's kind of hard not to get defensive when you're being accused of something.
It is.
Because I'm very defensive. I'm a very defensive person. I always feel like I have to stand up for myself, because I think when I was a child, no one listened to me. I think that's why I would yell. When I got older, I would start yelling so people would hear me. I think that's a trigger for me, is people not listening to me when I'm talking to them. And if I don't feel that they're listening to me, then I get louder.
I'll just get up and walk out of the room, or I'll just shut down, because I don't like yelling. That triggers me too.
Does it?
Yeah. I'm easy. I am a super sensitive person. I always have been. I have so many allergies, and then, I know that I'm 70% deaf, but loud noises are so startling and disruptive to my nervous system. I don't know how it affects other people, but to me, it's so traumatizing that I will instantly start shivering and crying.
Right.
And I will get into a ball, like in the bathtub.
In the fetal position. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's how I'm starting to cry right now.
I can hear you, girl. Oh my. Wow. Even talking about it is a trigger for you. Okay. Wow.
I have walked for miles trying to get away from someone who would not stop yelling at me and screaming obscenities and horrible things at me that were so not true.
Right.
And even if they were true, I would just scream it in a public space, or even scream it to me in my own home.
Right.
Where I'm supposed to be safe.
Right. You are supposed to be safe in your own home.
Yeah.
That's why they ask you at the hospital, do you feel safe in your own home? Because a lot of people don't anymore.
I was locked into my own bathroom, my phone and keys hidden or phone broken. I was held captive in my own home for years.
By your lover?
Yes.
Wow.
People had no clue except for the ones who were closest to me.
Right.
And they had no clue how to help me. They were so shocked by it. They had a hard time believing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people,
the
some of the
public-
things that people do to people, it's so shocking that people don't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. He held knives to my throat. He choked me with my own scars. He would kick me so hard I'd go flying across the room. And I'm a 250-pound girl. I'm a big girl.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
He
tall
beat me
too,
with a
though.
golf club. Huh?
I said you're pretty tall too, aren't you?
I'm 5'5", not really.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you was my height. 5'9", 5'8".
Oh, no. No, I'd be looking up to you.
Yeah. Most girls do. Most women do. I'm pretty fucking tall.
I like a tall lady.
Yeah.
They're fun to snuggle into.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's the right height. Anyway, what were we talking about?
We're talking about mental health and triggers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun little side note.
Right. That's okay. That's okay. Because triggers are not always good. Triggers are not good. Yeah, triggers are not good. And when you have them, you have to take your deep breaths and stop. What calms you down? When you hit a trigger, deep breaths.
I have to center myself. I imagine a line running down the middle of my body.
Okay.
And I imagine myself hugging that line and breathing in that line, just like inhaling all the way in and all the way out, through the top of my head, through the bottom of my feet, all the way in, all the way out. And if I can get my lungs fully, expanded, my brain starts to relax, because it's like I've got a lot of oxygen right now.
Uh-huh.
I'm really high right now. I think I can relax a little bit, and then I can remind the brain that it's not supposed to be running this whole fucking shit show.
Okay.
It's supposed to be me.
Right.
Its job is to operate my body, not my life.
That's right.
So I'm supposed to live from a place of spirit, of emotional and spiritual and intellect.
How long did it take you to figure that out?
Yeah, I've been on this path my whole life. I don't know where to even begin to tell you.
Okay.
I've been studying this stuff my whole life. I'm a student of it. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, deep breaths. And then I start affirming myself, because the point of change is courage, affirmation, and empowerment. So when you can empower yourself by affirming yourself. Take the courage to affirm yourself. Tell yourself that you are beautiful, you are strong, you are amazing, you've got this, you're safe, you're okay, you're right now in this moment, and you've got this. And then you start raising your vibrations, and you can actually, bring yourself into a state of peace.
What are some of the affirmations that you say to yourself?
I've been through worse. Look how far I've come. I've survived everything I've already gone through. I think I can handle this. If I just relax into this moment, the answers that I need are already within me. I just need to get still enough to listen.
Wow. I like that.
When I listen, everything that I need in this moment is provided, and I know what to do for the next moment. And that is enough. It's always enough.
That is a really good way of looking at it.
And I am enough.
That's right. And those self-affirmations make you feel better when you hear them out loud. Like it makes your brain comprehend them a lot different when you say them out loud than you do in your head.
Yes. Yeah.
And I see a lot of mothers doing the affirmations with their children. I think that's wonderful.
Mm. You know the scripture in the Bible that says, whatsoever things are lovely, of good report, think on these things. It has like a whole list.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
No?
No, but go ahead.
No? Okay. Well, I was like, if whatever I think about, it's supposed to be these things. And I do tend to think about myself a lot.
You're
Then
supposed
maybe
to.
I should. Then maybe I should. Maybe I should think these things about myself as well.
Yeah.
So I kind of did a deep dive into the words that are in that scripture. And King James Version tends to elude me a little bit. It's kind of old English and it doesn't always make sense to me.
Uh-huh.
So I looked up the various definitions of the words and I put them on my wall. They're all in individual papers on my wall. It starts with I am, and then it has this whole list of words that follow. Kind of like little clouds in the sky.
That's awesome. And you read them
Yeah.
every night before you go to bed?
I look at them throughout the day randomly. They become a part of my consciousness because they're in my face.
Yeah. That's
You
good,
want to
though.
hear it?
Yes, I would love to.
I'm going to run through it real quick.
Okay.
I am pure, true, just, winsome, honest, lovable, a good report, kind, virtuous, praiseworthy, honorable, worthy of respect, flawless and confirmed by God's word, trusting, modest, serene, forgiving, understanding, optimistic, reverent, joy, bringing peace, ineffable, which means too great to describe with words.
Nice.
Wholesome, yes, that's my favorite word, ineffable.
That is a good word.
Isn't it though?
It is.
Wholesome, admirable, of good repute, friendly, hope, proper, gracious, worthwhile, amiable, which means easy to get along with, commendable, holy. I am holy. What? I just said that. Yes, I did. A good fame. A good fame. Acceptable. Excellent. Beautiful. Willing. The best. Compelling. Authentic. Reason. One. Accepting. Lovely. Peace. Light.
Nice.
Right?
Yes, those are lovely affirmations. Those are...
That's from the Bible. So for all of those people out there that are like, why y'all, I know a lot of Christians. Okay, I live in the Bible Belt, so and I go to a non-denominational church.
Uh-huh.
They allow me to play and sing on stage, and I like the environment. It's a lot of fun, and it enriches my life. I don't necessarily agree with everything that he teaches, and he doesn't necessarily agree with everything that I do and say. And we've decided that that's perfectly okay. We choose to love each other anyway.
That's right. That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. So it's been a really healing experience to be a part of this church over the past year or so.
That's wonderful that you found serenity in a church. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I had been opening up with women in the church about my story and about who I am now. And they know that, I'm a pothead. I like to have sex. I am not your typical Christian. I have a shaved head.
Right.
I wear black cape when I'm out in public, a wool heavy black cape. It helps protect my energy.
Uh-huh.
So, I have various things about me that, people tend to call me hippie gypsy queen. That's the way they see me.
And that's okay.
Once they get to know me, they start calling me either mama or goddess. I'm not sure which way it's going to go, but
that's nice.
I like either one. I'll go with it. Thank you.
Right. It makes you feel good.
Yeah.
People giving you compliments.
I told someone the other day I'm a mother and a lover to every person I meet.
That's the way to be. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's what the world needs, right? We need motherly, nurturing love.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't get that. And that's where they feel abandoned and stuff. Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah. If you can't love and nurture and respect and confide in your mother, then who can you?
Exactly. So have you ever considered how, you know, looking at mental health and how much depression, anxiety, stress, you know, and all of the mental disorders, you know, that come from who knows what.
I think it comes from our trauma of being children and adults. It's just all the trauma that's built up in us where we don't get to talk and we don't get to let it out. It builds up, and eventually that's when the triggers start setting in, I think. I don't know.
So too. And maybe even generation. I can't say it. Generationally.
Oh, you think it's hereditary?
It could be. I mean, at least passed down through the behaviors of the parents. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
I definitely have dealt with depression very much, to the point where I was almost 360 pounds. So yeah, I ate my feelings, but then I realized eating was not helping me. It made it worse, and me being overweight and everything, it didn't help. So I lost the weight, and then I realized I needed to do something to change. I needed to get up out of that bed and change myself, because I didn't have therapy. I don't have money for a psychiatrist or a therapist. So that wasn't an option for me. My option was to snap the fuck out of it and to get off my ass and do something about it. And I did. That's the only way I could get out of depression, was to, and it slowly took, I mean, there for a while when I was so depressed, I wouldn't take a shower for a couple of days. You know, when you're that depressed, you don't want to get out of bed. All you want to do is sleep. And finally, you know, something inside me clicked and said, look, you're not going to get anywhere like this. Either get off your ass and snap out of it, or you're not going to be any good to your children. You're not going to be the mother that you need to be. So eventually, yeah, it started, you know, taking a shower, washing my hair, shaving, just the little things that you're supposed to do all the time. When you're depressed, those things just seem like they're just so hard. I mean, when you're in a deep depression like that, it's hard to do anything, let alone shave your legs and your pussy, and your armpits, but you know, but that's where you start out with depression, is you start out doing things that you normally, everyday things that you should be doing. You start out there, and then you start feeling better. You start getting out of the house. You start going outside. You get out of that dark room. You get out of that fucking bed, and you start living your life. Because if you don't, no one's going to do it for you.
Exactly. Yeah. It's up to you. I tell my little 4-year-old that I'm a nanny too. I tell her all the time, you can be as happy as you want to be right now in this moment, baby girl.
That's right. Yeah. And only you can change if you're unhappy. No one can make you happy. Only you can.
It's all in perspective. I had this experience today where I was getting a ride from a neighbor. She saw me at the grocery store. She's like, "You want to ride back to the apartment?" I said, "Yeah, sure. I was going to hop on the bus, but yeah, that'd be great." So she stopped at the gas station on the way back, and she got frustrated with some stuff, and she was like, "Oh, you know, like bitching and complaining about it." You know?
Right.
And I'm like laughing my ass off. Like, I thought everything was hilarious and funny. I mean, and she's like, "Stop, Tammy." I was like, "What?" She said, I'm really frustrated right now. I said, "I know." And that's what's really funny about it, because there's really no need to be.
Right. You're getting frustrated and worked up over nothing. I do that a lot too, though. I can't say nothing. I do that. I stress over things I can't control. And I've learned here recently to stop stressing over the things that you can't control and only worry about the things that you can. And I think that's from a prayer. I'm pretty sure that's from the Serenity Prayer. But yeah, it takes a lot.
I have a shirt that says coffee to change the things that I can, and weed to accept the things that I can't.
Yes, girl. 420 friendly here for sure. And instead of coffee,
here.
Mine is Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Mountain Dew
awesome.
And weed. Those are my two.
I've been getting the mustard coffee lately. That's been interesting.
Yeah, I love my Mountain Dew and I love my weed.
Yeah, gotta have it.
Yeah, those are 2 things I have to have.
Yeah, it's called balance, baby.
That's
balance.
Right. You got to have something to balance out that craziness inside my head. Shit.
Right? Yeah. My pastor's like, "Are you gonna stop smoking weed?" I'm like, "No, not anytime soon." He's like, "You smell like a skunk." I said, "I'll leave it at home next time." Fine, I'll bring my vape.
I tell you what, if I didn't have weed, oh my goodness, I can't stand traffic. Like, I get so anxious and so uptight in traffic, and I don't know what it is.
Why do you do that to yourself?
I don't know.
It to yourself.
I know I am. I don't know. Like I said,
you got to be kind to yourself, love. Right.
I'm just now learning this, though.
Well, yeah. I want to be here to remind you: be kind to yourself. You deserve the gentle route.
I do.
Smile at people and let them in, and don't get freaked out over it. It's not worth it.
It's not. And I have been letting more people. Let me say this correctly. I have been speaking to more people lately.
You do know that we are energetic beings, and
yes,
what we put out will come back to us. Yes.
Yes, I definitely believe that, and I believe in karma. Whatever you put out there comes back. I believe that. Same with karma. Yes.
So be gentle with your words, okay?
Yeah, I am hard on myself. I am my own worst critic.
Be gentle.
Right. But I am my own worst critic.
No, stop that. You just did it again. There inside of you is a little child that's listening to all of that. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You are your own worst critic. You hear that? I tell myself now, I am my own best friend. I fucking love myself. I'm my own best friend.
See, that's the difference between you and me. I haven't gotten there yet. You have already gotten there.
Rewrite it. Let's rewrite it.
Okay. Okay. I'm with you.
Okay, good.
Yes, I'm with you.
Bouncing up and down right now.
Here, let me bounce. You know what, girl? You make me see things that in a different perspective. I have to say that. You definitely make me look at things in a different perspective than what I look at them.
Sometimes you kind of need help, holding up that mirror and saying, look at yourself. You are freaking beautiful.
That's right.
You are powerful and you are strong. Why are you tearing yourself down? Stop doing that, please. You are my friend and I love you. And I don't want to hear you talking about yourself like that.
See?
I care about you too much to let you say that without saying something.
You're an incredible woman. I love you.
Oh, I love you too, girl.
You're incredible.
Really Thank you.
You're welcome.
You. And remember that whatever you can see in someone else is already within you. You cannot see something in someone else that is not already a part of you. You wouldn't be able to recognize it if it wasn't.
That's right. I never thought of it like that. That's a good way of putting it. That's a very good way of putting it.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Thanks for listening to the Sexy Blunt Girls podcast. Please subscribe to us on your favorite platform so you can be notified when all of our new episodes drop. You can also find out more about our podcast at sexybluntgirls.com. The content on this show should not be taken as medical advice and is presented for informational and entertainment purposes only. Because each person is so unique, please consult your healthcare professional for any medical questions.